Ahoy, Bears! It's Captain Dave with Bear Voyages and Cruise Planners, and we're here to tell you some exciting news. I've been receiving a lot of requests to have a US-based departure. So I've been trying to figure out how to make that happen. And so we're here with some exciting news for you because we're going to announce today, right here, we're going to tell you about a departure that we're planning on Halloween. It'll be from Miami. It'll be a Halloween sailing. And it just so happens that my birthday is the day after Halloween. So this is going to be Dave's birthday bash and Halloween sailing. And I just have to tell you, it is on Virgin Voyages ships, and they do an amazing job. They go out of their way to make a fun, super fun Halloween sailing. So I have Lindsay Wagner, who is the Senior Sales Manager West with Virgin Voyages. And we're going to tell you about how much fun Virgin Voyages is. And then we'll also tell you about the sailing that we're announcing today. So what you're seeing right now, these are just some of the photos that we have from the last trip we did, which was in the Mediterranean, bouncing around Spain. We had an overnight in Ibiza. Everyone had a super fun time. It was an amazing time. And so we expect to have just as amazing time. And this time again, sailing from Miami. So that's for all you bears out there that have been bugging me to say, hey, when are you going to have a US departure? Well, we're going to do that. And you're the first to hear about it because we're just announcing this today. Yeah. So as you can see, we had Paella in Spain. And the last slide here, this was Scarlet Night, which is a super fun ship-wide party. It's hard to explain other than it's kind of the most fun I've ever had at sea. I mean, this is a great cruise line. You're going to have fun with us too. And besides having Scarlet Night, we're going to be sailing over Halloween. So it's going to be an amazing trip. It's going to be super fun. And I'll let Lindsay tell you a little bit more about Virgin Voyages and all the fun that they have in store.
Yeah, thanks, Dave. And I'm super happy to be here and present because as Dave and I were brainstorming about future voyages with some bear groups, we were like, Halloween, it's a no-brainer. There's no better time to sail on any of our Virgin Voyages ships than Halloween, because we know how to throw an epic party. So I'm super excited that everybody hopefully will have the chance to sail this year and experience it. But what I will tell you is that there have been a lot of people that have already been on board and experienced it. And guess what? They're loving it. The reviews are in, and people are just thrilled with their onboard experience. On TripAdvisor, we are the cruise line with the most 5-star reviews, which we are super excited to have based on really the fact that we're only a year and a half into to operation. But for those of you on the call that maybe this is your first time learning about Virgin Voyages, what makes us different? First and foremost, there are no children on this ship. No kids. No kids, no kids. I will say that until the day I die. There are no children on board this ship, which that in and of itself should be a hard stop. You're sailing. So no kids. The food on board is amazing. So much already included in your value. There's a really large emphasis on retox and detox, which I'll talk about that coming up. And really, it's a choose your own adventure, as I'm sure Dave can attest to whenever you sail with us. Really, the voyage is what you make of it and what you would like to experience when you're on board when it comes to all of our happenings and entertainment. So when I talk about everything that is already included, this right here is huge. 20 plus eateries, all included. No extra upcharges for any of our dining restaurants, gratuities and tips, group fitness classes, onboard entertainment, essential drinks, and our Wi-Fi is all wrapped into the voyage fare. And the crown jewel of every single itinerary is the Beach Club at Bimini, which, Dave, I am happy to say that this voyage in particular, you are actually going to be at the Beach Club on Halloween, which, talk about probably the most unbelievable, phenomenal, amazing day ever. Is you spend the entire day at the Beach Club, you go back to the ship, you get all dolled up in your costume, and there is going to be one big epic Halloween bash on the ship that evening. So fingers crossed. Hopefully they don't move the celebration, but I have to believe that they'll probably do it on Halloween for 2023. But this is our own beach club in the Bahamas that is on every single Caribbean itinerary. But to take you through the ship and where you will be calling home for 5 nights on this itinerary, here we've got the roundabout, which is our main atrium, kind of I like to call the heartbeat of the ship where all of the action happens. Great people watching. And as Dave showed you in one of those earlier photos, we've got the main pool, which is called our Aquatic Club, which I will tell you as the day kind of starts, it's very kind of serene and peaceful. And then as the day picks up, the energy definitely does as well. With us being an adults only casino or adults only ship, we have to have a casino. So we've got plenty of table games, plenty of slot machines, and plenty of opportunities to win some money, and probably for some, probably lose some money as well. But that's part of cruising, right? But this, as Dave mentioned, that you see there on your screen, is the penultimate of every single voyage, and that is Scarlet Night, where the entire ship activates red. I mean, every single nook and cranny is lit up in red, as Dave is wearing his probably Scarlet Night costume that he's donned on many previous voyages. But what happens is the day or the night starts out in the roundabout with a wedding. Don't ask, you just got to be there to see it. It progresses all the way up to the top deck there by the Aquatic Club, as you see in the upper right-hand corner. It's this one big dance party where don't be surprised if you end up in the pool in your Scarlet Night attire. And then it makes your way back down to the Maynard nightclub.
And Lindsay, just to add on to this, it is a very interactive ship-wide party that activates with very interactive events that happen all over the ship, which ultimately culminate at the pool deck. So it's not like you're just watching. You get to be in the party and participate. And so it's just super fun. And little surprises happen. It's just fun.
Leave it at that. Leave it at that. Yeah, surprises happen is all I'll say. All we will say to that. So you have to voyage with us to know what we're talking about. So that is Scarlet Night, which is a pretty big piece of our entertainment. But for those of you that may be looking to permanently document your voyage, guess what? We have the first ever tattoo studio at sea called Squid Ink. So this spot right here, you can get tattoos, which tattoos used to be getting one at sea was a time-honored seafaring tradition that sailors would get it when they crossed the equator. So we are now giving our sailors the same opportunity as well, which, Dave, I think you need to get a Bear Voyages tattoo on this next one. I'm just saying, if we get enough bears on this one, who knows, right?
Absolutely. Actually, I've been talking with some sailors that are coming with us on other sailings, and we're talking about maybe getting a little bear kind of tattoo. So we'll see what we can do and come up with.
Awesome. You can use your onboard credit for those tattoos as well, which is great. So those are our tattoo studio. But this right here is it is honestly one of the number one, probably, right after the fact that we're adults only, reason why people are sailing with us. And that is the food is fantastic.
Amazing.
And I'm sure you can attest to it too, like, especially like in the Wake restaurant, when you sit down and you have this like beautiful steak and all the sides and, the dessert, you're like, you almost feel like guilty because you feel like I should be paying extra for this, but you don't have to, which is great.
Do you know that can you just go to the Wake and order dessert only? Because I think the last time I was there, I had 3 desserts.
Yes, you can. I've heard of some sailors that will actually do like a dine around. Well, they'll go to one restaurant for an appetizer, they'll go to another for a main dish, and then they'll go to the Wake for the dessert. So
desserts are phenomenal. Just
they are my favorites in Razzle Dazzle, which I'll show you here in a second. But so our eateries, it's all included in your voyage fare, no separate upcharges. But we've got Korean barbecue where they actually cook the food right there at the table. It's fun, it's interactive. They actually greet every table with a complimentary round of soju, which is a Korean alcohol to kind of kick off the evening's festivities. Then we've got Razzle Dazzle, which is our vegan, vegetarian forward restaurant. But I can promise you that we also have a naughty section of the menu, which includes some meat options as well. And here's the Wake, which sounds like Dave's favorite restaurant on board. Again, this is our steak and seafood. We actually dined there a couple of weeks ago on Valiant Lady on the top 100. We did. So yes, it was a great dinner. I love the bread at the table, the complimentary bread. It's got that flecks of sea salt, which I love. And the Myers cheesecake, I think, was what we got as well. And a baked Alaska. That was the other one. But
the little chocolate tart is just phenomenal. It's amazing. And then there's an apple tart as well. So apple, chocolate, you need to have at least 3 desserts.
Order them all. So we've got the Wake, and then we've got the Dock House, which is much more of a kind of a chill vibe atmosphere. It's on the seventh deck at the aft of the ship. And think of this spot as having more of the small plates, like dips, hummus. It's got goat cheese polenta, grilled shrimp, Spanish octopus, fire roasted chicken thigh, and hanger steak. It is honestly one of my favorite spots on board to watch the sunset, as you can see from the photos there, and enjoy a nice glass of bubbles. Next up, we've got the test kitchen, which is much more of an experiential restaurant, where I like to call it kind of slow dining, just because you are very much slow eating, if you will, where every plate is plated right there in front of you. The presentation is gorgeous. It's stunning. We actually also offer a beer, cocktail, and wine pairing as an option as well. But this right here, this is my favorite, Extra Virgin, our Italian restaurant on board. All the pasta is made fresh daily. My favorite dish on the entire ship is the pappardelle ragu, as you see there on the right-hand side of your screen. And what's great is that they've actually now, you can order half dishes. So if you're like, ooh, I want half of the pappardelle ragu, and then I also want to try the gnocchi, you can try that as well in a half dish. So eat until your heart's content. And again, all included, everything that you see there on the screen, the charcuterie board, the I think it's like a duck mousse, I want to say, in the left-hand corner, and then the calamari as well. But just great food and amazing cocktails here too. Aperol Spritz and the Negronis are my go-to here. Next up, we've got Pink Agave, which is our upscale modern Mexican restaurant. Really great cocktails here. I always get the spicy jalapeno margarita and the duck mole tacos that you see there on your screen. But if you're looking for something a little bit more kind of fast casual, grab and go, we've got the galley. So think of this as kind of the big kind of food halls concept, where it's got different food stands located throughout. It's got a burger grill, taco shack, noodle bar, soup and salad stand, 24-hour American diner. You name it, you'll find it here in the galley. And of course, we wouldn't be a cruise ship if we didn't have a pizza spot, and that is called the Pizza Place on board. I always say the Pizza Place is perfect for when you've shut down the Manor nightclub at 1 a.m., you're on your way back to your room, you head up to the Pizza Place and you get a pizza to go and a nice little cardboard box. You take it back to your balcony cabin and you sit in your hammock and watch the waves and listen to the waves and chow down on your pizza. Dave, what is your favorite pizza on board?
I just usually go for this like basic pepperoni. It's like it's so super good. Just a real quick. So the Pizza Place closes at 1 a.m. And if you're not really done dancing, the night away at the Manor, head to the Pizza Place before 1, grab your pizza, take it back to your cabin, go back to the Manor, dance some more, and then you go back and you have pizza waiting for you.
Hot tip. Yes. Yeah. There you go. And I mean, what better way to spend a vacation night is to dance the night away and come back to your room with pizza waiting for you. So
I think actually on the last trip that we did, just randomly, I think it might have been the night that we were in Ibiza. This was not planned, but all the bears stumbled into the Pizza Place at like midnight. It's like, oh, hey there. It was like super fun. And we had a whole bunch of pizza. It was a very social event. It's not really normally meant to be a social thing. You will, chat with the people you're with, but this was just kind of funny that everyone poured in right around the same time. So super fun.
You can definitely smell it once you get on the 7th deck at night, because it is, the pizza ovens are piping hot. So we've got pizza. We also have ice cream at our Lick Me Till ice cream shop. We've got 6 different flavors, 2 of which are vegan friendly as well. And when you talk about Virgin being different, fun, and adults, Lick Me Till ice cream. I say no more. You just have to promise that you get the t-shirt when you say.
And what I've learned, because I am a big fan of ice cream, and so I will be there probably every day, but they rotate the flavors through. So there's different flavors, that rotate through. Like the next day you might not have, the strawberry milkshake or whatever that they had before, but eventually it'll come back. So super fun. Check it often, because they have different flavors and they're all made on board and they are all delicious.
And I always say it's the perfect spot when you spent a day in port. So once you guys are in Puerto Plata, or once you come back on board from the beach club at Bimini, after being out in the heat and the sun, there's just no better way to kind of get back on the ship than swinging by and having a nice ice cream cone. So, and all ice cream is included, no separate upcharge for that. We also have, I think, the best feature of any cruise line out there, which is our on-demand champagne delivery service called Shake for Champagne. So When you have the app open on board the ship and you take your phone and you shake it, you're going to see little champagne bubbles appear and a button that says push me. And when you confirm that you want it, a chilled bottle of Moet and Chandon champagne is delivered to your exact location on the ship. We did it in the pool, and within 15 minutes, one of our lovely crew members rounded the corner with that red champagne bucket, which is no better way to spend a day at sea than in the pool shaking for champagne. So I had to bring that up because I know there are probably some champagne fans out there as well. But now, where are you going to lay your head down at night? Well, I will tell you that we've got cabins and suites for everybody and every price point. We actually have 46 solo cabins, 6 of which are solo sea view and 40 of which are solo insiders. So if there are any bears on this call that are, looking to travel solo or join up with the group, and you're like, ooh, I don't know, want to travel with the +1, well, guess what? We've got cabins just for you, and they are priced appropriately for one person as well. And Dave can get you information on that. But we've got your standard double occupancy cabins, your inside, your sea view, and your sea terrace. And what I will tell you is that our sea terrace cabin is probably our most popular cabin. It is the one that we have the most of, and it is the one that I always recommend sailing with us if you have the opportunity to do so, because it comes with that amazing red hammock that you see out there on your balcony. And again, on a sea day, or when you're just looking to wake up with your morning coffee or have a nice, kind of afternoon cocktail, sitting in the hammock, sipping away is just, there's no better way to vacation. Dave, I'm sure you took advantage of the hammock.
Oh, absolutely. It's so peaceful because it's quiet. You can hear the little, kind of the water lapping on the side of the ship as you're sailing through the sea. It's just really just amazing. It's like a little reprieve for a little bit. It's super fun.
It is. Yeah. And hot tip, if your cabin is actually close to the back of the ship or the aft of the ship, a lot of times you can hear the tunes from the wake, the dock, which is great. They've got some great house music that plays back there. So that's a sea terrace cabin. But what we also have are suites on board our ship. We've got 78 Mega Rockstar and Rockstar suites. They kind of range in terms of square footage, but we've got 63 Rockstar suites. And these include our Brilliant Suite, Seriously Suite, Cheeky Corner Suite, and our Suite Aft Suite. You get some amenities on top of that. You get access to Richard's Rooftop, first round of the in-room minibar on us, early booking access to our restaurant reservations and shore excursions, and amazing assistance from our Rockstar agents. And again, all come with a red hammock out on that balcony. But if you're really looking to go all out, we have 15 Mega Rockstar suites, which are 2 massive suites, massive, fat, posh, and gorgeous. 2 of each with massive, fat, posh, and gorgeous, and then 9 gorgeous suites with that. And with these suites, you get even more amenities. And the big thing with this is that all of your alcohol is included across the 5 days, which is pretty amazing. But all your alcohol, round trip airport transfers, thermal suite access, premium Wi-Fi, in-room bar that just gets continuously stocked, and you get that extra TLC from our Rockstar agent. So that's where you're going to be laying your head down at night. So hopefully we are going to be seeing everybody at the club at Bimini on Halloween on October 31st. So with that being said, we wanted to chat with you about our wave offer, our current wave offer that you can capitalize on if you book with Dave here coming up. We've got 60% off of the second sailor voyage fare, plus up to $600 in free drinks, depending on the itinerary length. So if it is 6 nights or less, it's $300. But if an itinerary is 7 nights or more, it is $600. So here we go. The information everybody has been waiting for to join us on Dave's birthday and Halloween bash. It is October 27th through November 1st. I was able to pull pricing as of today, January 19th. The pricing that you see there is based on double occupancy. Taxes and fees are also included in this. So inside cabin for 2 people, around $1,900. A sea view cabin around $2,000 for 2 people with taxes and fees, and a balcony cabin is around $2,454 for 2 people. And again, keep in mind, for a balcony cabin for 2 people, taxes and fees built into that price, food, tips, Wi-Fi, basic bevies, group fitness classes, all of our onboard entertainments are included in that price. And also, if you book in the next 7 days, we have a very exclusive offer just for all of Dave's Bears out there that can't wait to join him. You'll get some additional OBC depending on, or onboard credit, depending on your cabin type that you book. Insider Sea View gets you $50, Sea Terrace 100, or a Rockstar Suite $200 in onboard credit. So you got to book by January 27, 2023 in order to receive that extra loot. But wait, there's more. As a part of our wave offer, as I mentioned before, we've got free bar tab, which is free money that you can use on your drinks. So we're calling this our most inclusive offer ever. So if you book this itinerary by the end of this month, which, let's be honest, you're going to book by the 27th because you're going to want that extra money too. If you book this itinerary, you get free $300 in bar tab. So free $300 in drinks. And because Dave is amazing and he wants to take care of his bears, if you book a Sea Terrace or above for this voyage, Dave's throwing in an additional $100 in onboard credit, which is amazing. So let's say, for instance, if you're like, oh my God, I gotta go, I cannot wait for this. And you're like, all right, let's book a Sea Terrace cabin. If you book a Sea Terrace cabin through Dave in the next 7 days, you're going to get $100 in the virtual event offer, an additional $100 from Dave, so $200 OBC, and a $300 bar tab. It's almost close to like $500 in free money that you're going to get, which is pretty fantastic. So that's all the information I have on this voyage. And Dave, I don't know if you want to chime in with anything or kind of
just one thing I also wanted to point out when Lindsay is talking about bar tab, that does includes alcoholic beverages, beer, wine, bubbles, whatever, but also any gourmet coffees. There is the Grounds Club that makes, lattes, you name it, gourmet coffees and teas. And so it will include those, and as well as any smoothies. So,
Yes. Yep.
So if you are like, I don't drink, well, you can have non-alcoholic beverages, you can have mocktails, coffees, and smoothies. So there's more for you.
Free money is on the table. Yeah, which is why I'm like, you can't pass this deal up. So if you are interested in sailing with Dave on his birthday bash and also a Halloween party, I went ahead and pulled in some of our activities that we did this past year on this Halloween bash. So when you think about, all right, what does Virgin do differently? Well, I will tell you, we go all out. If there's a holiday out there, we tend to celebrate and go all in, especially where there's a chance and an opportunity to dress up with a costume. So spooky surprises in the terminal, Halloween themed food and beverage items, a Scarlet Fright Night, a grog walk, which is our version of a bar crawl, pub crawl, Halloween themed edition, party in the Manor nightclub, magicians, Halloween trivia. I mean, it's going to be an epic time. There's no other way to put it. And Dave, I know, is really looking to have a huge group celebrate Halloween, but also his birthday as well. So if you are interested in more information with this, please reach out to Dave and he's going to hook you up and make sure that you are well taken care of.
Yeah, so this is going to be a super fun time. Just reach out and I'll definitely get you hooked up. We can look at whatever pricing for whatever type of cabin you might be interested in. And again, this is our first time as Bear Voyages sailing from a U.S. port. So hopefully everyone that's been asking about that, this is it. We're doing it this year for Halloween. So reach out and we'll get you hooked up and we'll see you on board.
Yes.
Looking forward to it.
Absolutely. Thanks, everybody. See you on board for Halloween. Pack your lead and your costume. Those are the two key things. So have a good one. Bye.
All right. Thanks.